Yes, I get it right. Yeah. So you say your name, Mr. Raymond, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Raymond. So like, what year you were born, Mr. Raymond? Like, what you,
When was I born?
yeah, what year?
1941.
1941.
Yeah. I'm 82.
So look, I was born in 1999.
You know,
So
everybody talks about the good old days.
yeah.
When I was growing up, we didn't know anything about what everything was good.
Okay.
But now, if you look back, we're living in the good old days. You know, we didn't have no electric, we didn't have no running water, we didn't have no heat. I grew up in the mountains,
Okay.
and so some things have got better, some things got worse. You know.
So you was born in Atlanta?
I was born in Kentucky in the mountains.
Oh, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I lived through the civil rights movement. I've seen a lot of changes there, for the good, but there's still a lot of stuff that's being done that ain't right. You know.
Like, can you elaborate on it?
Do what now?
Can you elaborate on that?
Well, there's still a lot of people that would like everything to get back like it was. There's a lot of Ku Klux Klan and Nazis that they think the black man ain't got no rights.
So
you know, I don't see it that way. I don't look at you as black or white. I look at you as a man.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the way I was raised. But it's a lot better than it was. I went to Chicago to go to college, and I thought up there, I thought the black people just had it made.
Right.
But when I got up there was much discrimination, but it was a little different. That black people had to go through the back door of the stores, back door of the restaurants, and stuff like that. And when they got on the bus, they had to get to the back of the bus. They couldn't ride up front.
So this is in the 1950s?
In the 50s, 40s, and 50s, yeah.
Okay, so that's when Jim Crow laws was at its best.
Yeah, and I've seen the civil rights march. I've marched with Dr. King.
You marched with Dr. King?
Yeah.
Oh, so growing up, you was on the black folks side?
Yeah, I lived on the south side of Chicago.
Oh.
And
so was you?
Well, Dr. King, he didn't just look at the black people. He looked at everybody. He wanted all of us to be equal, right. And he didn't believe in violence. You know, he was a peaceful man, and well, I really respected him. Okay, for what he was.
Okay. See me like I say, I was born in '99. You know,
yeah.
I never heard, based on my experiences out here in this world, in the United States, I never heard a white man say that he marched with Dr. King.
There was a lot of us.
Yeah.
There was a lot of the whites come to the South. And if you want to see how things really was back in the 40s, 30s, 40s, watch that movie Mississippi Burning. That almost makes you cry. You know, well, I don't know how to explain it, but back when I was young, we didn't go to school with the black kids. We didn't go, they wasn't allowed to go in the same movie theater as we did.
Okay.
You know, all of that right there, and that was wrong, see. They tried to treat the black man like he wasn't a man anymore, like he just didn't exist.
So you know how you'll go home and you'll have a talk with your parents or your whoever you look up to.
Yeah.
So was the people that you y'all white folks, say for instance when you were a kid, so the people who y'all white kids was looking up to during the times of the 1940s and 50s, were the people who were overseeing y'all, were they telling y'all oh, stay away from black people?
Yeah,
they bad people?
Yeah, they're bad people. That's why they tried to teach them about it.
Oh,
and,
okay.
You know, I went to Chicago, and I found out the black people wasn't bad people. They were good people. They were just being treated bad because there was a few people that resented them And the rest of the people was afraid to say anything, scared of them. That was a lot of the problem. And Dr. King come along, and he united a lot of the white people to help him march and stuff.
Yeah.
And he was peaceful. Well, we was marching in Chicago and I had a little disturbance or two, but he didn't come from his people, he come from the outside agitators. Dr. King was a great man.
Yeah.
And he, when you talk to him, he would make you want to follow him, you know. I don't know how to explain it any better than that. We are really lucky a man like Dr. King come along. Me and the black people too. He didn't make no difference whether you was white or black or whatever. You was a man, and you could be treated with respect like a man. And that was where he was.
So
I didn't really get to know him, you know. I shook his hand, talked to him, and stuff like that. But you know, he was a great man. And some generations from now, he'll be classified as a saint.
Yeah.
You know, so I think he kept the white and the black people from being in a race war.
Yeah.
You know, and that been a dirty, nasty situation. And if we had, and see, Dr. King didn't get killed because the people killed him, paid him. Dr. King, some of the people wanting to run King for president. Okay, Dr. King could have got about 98% of the black vote and at least 65% of the white vote. He couldn't be beat. So they had to kill him to keep him from getting, if he got in office, everything would change fast. But you know, you got a certain amount of people. I guess I talk too much.
So Martin Luther King, he was on his way to being like the president.
He was on his way. He never tried for it, but people was trying to get him to run for it because he had such a popular. This is how I know how popular it was. Dean's Milk Company in Louisville, Kentucky, they swore they wouldn't hire no black people. Okay, Dr. King got on TV. Okay, if you believe this man don't have a right for this job, don't buy no Dean's Milk. 2 days later, Dean's Milk was hiring black people because everybody quit buying their products. So that's how much power he had. He could get people to do stuff, you know. And like all the people, the blacks, most of the whites too, quit buying Dean's Milk. And it's just simple.
Martin Luther King.
Well, you know, there's a lot of history. A lot of it's bad and a lot of it's good.
Okay, yeah.
And I tell you what you need to do. You need to go look at some of the stuff the black people built when they were slaves.
Okay.
I worked on the shoulder black plantation out in Green County, putting bathrooms in it. That mansion was built with slave labor. They had planks in it that wide, was planed and varnished slick. They was tongue and grooved. Them people done all, they had, it's in the archives, they had all the tools in the basement them people built that mansion with. They didn't have a drill, they had a drill bit with a stick on the end, a handle on the end of it that you turn in my hand. They had hand planers and hand sanders. Tate Manchester up in Tate, Georgia. It's built out of pick marble.
Yeah.
And they some of the most magnificent carvings in that building you've ever seen in your life.
Okay.
You know, and they're trying to keep the history from the black man down, but they can't. He done too much. Eli Whitney didn't in the cotton gin. He just got credit for it. His head slave, he said he'd taken 2 water brushes and taken the seeds out of cotton, and Eli Whitney built a drum water brush that was faster, but he wasn't the one to come up with the idea.
He just took the credit.
Yeah, took it and made it better. So
because he took the credit because he had the money.
He had the money, and
okay.
Paul Revere was supposed to make that midnight ride, saying the British was coming.
Right.
He didn't make the ride. He'd go on to his slaves their freedom if they make that ride. See, now they just starting to teach that stuff. It's just starting to come out. And,
Okay. So a lot of stuff back in the old days, like it was in the dark, and like you say, it's coming to the light now.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
And now Donald Trump is trying to not have no history taught in school anymore. Why do you think he's trying to do that?
So
because
okay,
he's a racist. He's a convicted felon 40 times. If you go to jail on any kind of charge, you can't vote, right?
Right.
Donald Trump shouldn't have been a voting. He was a convicted felon 40 times. And he run for president. How? You know, money.
Yeah. And then he white too.
Yeah. And his family his daddy was the Grand Dragon of the New York Ku Klux Klan. So
his dad.
Yeah.
His dad was like the head.
Yeah. Sister Precious, the lady I work for, has got a picture of Donald Trump's daddy and his mama and Donald Trump like that, all sitting there in their full dress Klan uniform. So how can a man like that run for president? You know, you're supposed to be open-minded. You ain't supposed to make no difference in nobody. But like I said, he's trying to take the history out of school now. Because so much stuff's coming up, they're seeing how brutal and I get upset when I talk about it, okay?
You say
I was raised up believing that God created all men equal. We all come from one family at one time.
Yeah.
So if I hate you, I'm hating my own family. And I tell you what happened to me. I married a black woman.
Okay.
I'm still married to her. She's a nurse now. My family in Kentucky disowned me. The only one I had was my kids. And my grandson, I think, Winston, he's a baby. He's 34 and 35 years old. Vanessa was the only grandmother he ever knew. And he didn't bit to kill people. She was his grandmother. But my brothers and my sisters, they disowned me. Now, that's a fact. A lot of people don't see that shit, but it goes on. And I was staying with my daughter and my son-in-law, and I heard him talking to his next door neighbor. He said, "Where you been working at?" He said, "I've been working down in the Buckhead. I've been working with these black niggers." And so I just told my daughter I had to hunt me a place, so I found this place.
Yo.
You know, and he's working for these people.
Oh yeah, I ain't mean to laugh too, black folks.
Okay, but that, I just can't. I have a hard time living with it. Okay.
Yeah.
I grew up. My granddaddy didn't believe in racism.
Yeah.
He believed all men was created equal. Yeah. If you can't believe that, you can't be a Christian. These people that get up in church and confess to be a Christian, but then they try to look down on the black people. And for years,
okay.
For years, our government kept us separated by race. Now they're using it with money. The big rich black people look down on the poor ones, and that's a fact.
Yeah. So
fact.
you'll have rich black people. They'll look down on the poor, and they'll look down on the poor white folks.
Yeah, well, yeah. So we ain't treated no goddamn different. And I went to Chicago. I'm gonna finish one more thing, then I'm quit. I went to Chicago to go to college. I was told we didn't go to school with the black kids because we were so much smarter. We'd make them feel bad. Okay, I got on the bus going to Chicago, and I got on the bus with two black guys.
Yeah.
Two of the smartest men I ever seen in my life. We enrolled in college, the same college. I had to really work to keep my grades up. Them guys could just breeze through it like it wasn't nothing. And every Sunday, their mother would cook a big dinner. She would let street people come in and eat. So, you know, I went over there every Sunday for Sunday dinner. I was treated, and my wife's people, they treat me just like I'm family. If they have, she's in a nursing home now, but if 4th of July, Thanksgiving, Christmas, I'm invited to their house. My family wouldn't have done that. My daughter would have, but my brothers and sisters, they wouldn't have done it. And we wasn't raised that way. Grandpa didn't raise us that way. That got away with the people that they was around. Now you take a bunch of kids, 5, 6 years old, and put them out here and they'll play together real good. But then when they get grown, they get that attitude because the parents are teaching it to them. And there's more racism right now than people realize. Because I see me and Vanessa went in a restaurant. I'm going to quit now after this. Me and Vanessa went in a restaurant to eat. The waiter come over and left the papers, and he never did come back. So we sat there, and we sat there. People was coming in and out. And I got pissed off and got somebody to bring the manager back. And the manager said, "What's the problem?" I said, "We've been sitting here almost there and we ain't got waited on." The manager's quiet. He said, "Well, I don't like to see these mixed couples coming in." and that was a young white boy, you know. So it's still there.
So what was that like this year, last year?
It was back in probably the 90s.
Oh, in the 90s. Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, it's still there, but they just don't show it as much.
Don't show it as much.
I can't see, here's the way I am now. I don't put my hands on you. I don't want you putting your hands on me.
Right.
I don't call you slang names.
Yeah.
If I get mad enough to call you something, they will be a fight.
It's
So
gonna
that's the way I was raised.
Yeah.
You know, I don't use the word niggle, dago, wop, speck. I don't use none of them names, so that hurts people.
Yeah.
And I don't like to be called a honky. Do you know what a honky was?
A older white guy that buy pussy.
An older white guy that would go in the black neighborhoods back in the 30s and 40s.
Yeah.
Set out sun, blow his horns, and send the women out.
Yeah.
If they didn't send the women out, he'd liable to come back and burn the house down. That's where the word honky come from. And see, here's something a lot of other people don't know. Blacksmith, the guy that shoot the horses, they used the word blacksmith. Originally it was a smith's trade. But in the South, they had a black guy that done all the dirty work. When a guy'd come in, a smith would shoot them guys' horses. So they started calling him a blacksmith.
Mm.
You know, there's a lot of history that needs to be taught for you and your kids when you get grown.
Yeah.
Y'all need to keep the history alive, like Dr. King and all them people.
Right.
You know, that's all I got. I know I talk too much. Okay.
Nah, it's just the truth, man. You
Well, I'm
feel
just
me?
telling you the truth the way it was.
Yeah, I really
And
appreciate
it's still
that.
way. It ain't as bad as it was,
Yeah.
but it's still.
Hey man,
Did you
Mr.
ever
Raymond
hear
had to spice y'all up on the knowledge. Y'all see what this man
Did you
talking
ever
about.
hear
This
it?
man from the 1940s.
Black women singers, the Crystals.
You say the black women with
Yeah, there was a rock and roll group back in the 60s, the Crystals. Okay, when they performed in them big places in Chicago, they always had a couple, 3 or 4 good looking women dancing on tables where you could see in the back.
Okay.
And so one day a newsman asked them why they did it. And they said, well, you see these people sitting out here with tablecloths and crystal glasses, and you look back on the back, and you see my people sitting back there and fold up chairs and stuff. So I want the people to see it.
Okay.
So, you know, a lot of the early black people really fought against it, and a lot of them got killed. But,
Wait, so you say a lot of black people got killed
yeah,
because of what now?
because I don't really know what the answer to that is. It's like that Mississippi burning. This 2 white guys went to Mississippi and was working with a black guy on the civil rights.
Yeah.
They locked him up. They took him out of jail and killed him and buried him in the dam where they was building a lake. And they burned people's houses. This one house, they barred the people up in the house and set it on fire and burnt the people up in the house. That was just mean people. And see, none of that's being taught as history.
And that's what the KKK did.
That's what the KKK did. And most of the law officials, state people, and all of that was in on it. And at the end, the FBI come in and one of the sheriff's deputies told the FBI where them boys were buried. They went and found them. And when they started arresting everybody, all of them got long prison terms. A lot of them just killed themselves rather than go to jail, because they know when they went to jail, they was going to be in the jail with black people.
Ooh-wee.
What do you think them black people would have done to them?
Oh, tied them up on the bed,
Well, you know,
beating them, all type of stuff.
Yeah, you know, that's what I say. We need to look at one another as equals. Really, we do.
Oh, say
I'm
what?
gonna let you go. I'm holding you up too long.
Hey, say hey y'all, say what y'all think? The black people would have did, and they would have got locked up with them. Hey, y'all go ahead and comment in the comment section what y'all think the black people would have did to the KKK people that did them wrong. What you think would have been their reactions? Y'all comment in the comment section. Stay tuned for some more, man. Did Drip P in the building? You did.